Craig, this is Running Cafe, and this is Endure 24 Reading 2025. I'm doing a great job drinking coffee while Charlotte and Jack are putting it out for me, so thanks very much, guys. I'm singing in the rain, just running in the rain. I do it at home all the time though. Slept through both of my alarms. It's 6:15 AM and I am back in the frying pan, or should I say the mud bath. It was literally slip central. We're now about to enter the first Jack's shoe throwing competition.
Endure 24 Reading is marketed as the UK's biggest 24-hour trail race. Organised by Threshold Sports, this trail race gives runners the opportunity to rack up as many laps of an 8-kilometre course as possible in 24 hours. Hosted at Wassing Park, Reading, the 8-kilometre course features a mix of terrain including road paths, gravel trails and sections of mud with a couple of hills thrown in for good measure. Runners can take on the challenge solo, as a pair, or in a team of up to 12 runners. I took part in 2025 as part of a team of 6. Joining me on this epic adventure, Emma, Charlotte, Jack, Holly and Arthur. Full credit goes to Charlotte for coming up with our team name, Hot Cross Runs. We arrived at the campsite, started setting up our camp and then quickly headed down to the event village to kick off the proceedings ready for the 12 PM start. Here's my account of taking on Endure 24 Reading 2025.
I'm Craig, this is Running Cafe, and this is Endure 24 Reading 2025. Let's go! Alright guys, that was a very fun first lap for Endure 24 2025 Reading. I was the first to go in my team of 6. Charlotte has just gone for her first lap, and then we're going to basically go through the team one after the other, and I'll be doing my second lap a little bit later. That was a really fun course. As you saw, it was pretty traily, nice mix of terrain, a little bit of technical terrain chucked in here and there, nothing too crazy, a couple of hills. Overall a really good mix in there, so that's going to be fun to keep running my laps on whenever it comes to my turn, you know, to keep it entertaining. A fun fact about today, I only found out that I was taking part in this race at 6 o'clock yesterday. So my brother called me and he asked me if I wanted to take part because someone had pulled out. So this was not on my agenda or my schedule, but you know what, I never turn down a challenge and I'm always up for a laugh. So that's exactly what I'm having today. There's a great atmosphere here, great vibe, and I'm just looking forward to continuing. All right, I'm gonna get back to our campsite, get some breakfast and chill out for a bit until my next lap. Here's Les Mis.
Where do you want it?
Red, the blood of angry men.
You are the cross country.
Here's Charlotte, fresh off doing a 33-minute, 4.9 mile loop.
Just so I managed that. It's good. They were the only ones who were like, oh, we've got a sprint finisher. I'm like, whoops. No one else was sprinting it apart from me.
Putting us all to shame here. So that is my home for the night, and I'm very grateful that Jack and Charlotte have actually sourced me a tent so I don't have to sleep on the floor in this bug-infested field, and I'm doing a great job drinking coffee while Charlotte and Jack are putting it out for me, so thanks very much guys. I'm an actual sod, I've got to be honest. I mean, at the end of the day, I only had about 12 hours to prepare for this. I was told at the last minute, so, you know, I think I do deserve a bit of a rest, you know, after running around frantically last night, getting everything sorted. I think you just wanted to use the hammer, Charlotte. Alright guys, guys, I just saw my brother. I've just tagged in. I'm now on my second lap, and as you can see, we are being treated to the beautiful Great British weather. The heavens have opened. We're getting absolutely soaked, and I'm actually quite excited to give this course a go in the pouring rain. It's a good laugh, it's a good challenge, and yeah, let's give it a go. I've got my Hoka Speedo, so I'm pretty decent trail shoes, so I'm feeling well equipped. Let's give it a bash. I'm singing in the rain, just running in the rain. All right, let's stop that. That was a fantastic lap, guys. I absolutely loved that. Honestly, even though it's absolutely hammering it down now with rain, the course was muddy, pretty boggy in places, and the going was a little bit tricky underfoot. I just feel so alive, so in the moment, and I get a right buzz out of doing trail running, especially when it's raining like that. Just feel so engaged, so in the moment and present. Honestly, it's just one of my favorite things to do. That is what it is all about. And I just want to say a massive congratulations to everyone who's here today at Endure 24 Reading 2025, taking it on, smashing their runs out lap after lap, and in particular to the solo runners who are doing it completely on their own, and also to the smaller teams who are doing it as a duo, a trio, or even as a quartet. Massive well done to all of you. It's nearing 5 o'clock. We are now on 7 laps as a team. I can smell people having their tea and their dinner. You're smelling absolutely lovely. I myself am going to go for some baked beans and sausages straight out of the tin. That's just how I roll. I've got absolutely no shame. So I'm going to get back to the gazebo because I'm getting absolutely soaked, as you can probably tell. But yeah, what a fantastic lap. Really enjoyed that. Alright guys, here we go. We're back in the saddle for the 3rd lap of Endure 24 2025. At the moment, things are looking good for me in terms of the weather. When it was raining, it's pretty chilly now, to be honest. It's pretty cold, so the coat's still on. I actually did this race 2 years ago, and it was so scorching hot throughout the entire day. Highs of 32 degrees from memory, and we were just sweating one out, caked in sunscreen, and it was just such a hot day. This is pretty much the opposite. It's wet, pretty cold, and you can just see the clouds in the sky. And interestingly, in 2023, when I did this, a week later, I had an ultra marathon, the Mozart 100 in Austria, which was fantastic. And this time around in 2025, I've got another ultra marathon the week after, so I'm doing the South Downs Way 100 miler by Centurion Running. So I'm not going to be going too crazy today. I haven't been absolutely hammering it, but at the same time, I do want to have some fun and go a bit fast on some of the downhill sections. All right, lap 3, let's go.
Scared me.
Right guys, there you have it. That was my 3rd lap. We're now 13 laps in as a team, the hot cross runs. And that one was fun. Again, it's starting to get dark now. The head torch has come out. You have to have your head torch on and turned on from 8 o'clock onwards. It's 9 o'clock at night. We've been at this for a solid 9 hours now. I'm feeling good personally. The team's feeling good from what I can see. We're going to go into the night section. It's going to get dark very shortly. We're going to try and get a bit of kip, a bit of sleep if we can. But obviously, we're going to need to be mindful of actually getting up from the sleep and then heading back down to the race village to start our next lap. This is a really fun event to be a part of, guys. What I like about it is that it's pretty chilled. You can literally run as many laps as you want and there is no obligation to be running all the time, unlike a lot of backyard ultra like events where you have to be running the loop on the hour every hour. This one is a bit different. It's a bit more chilled, so you can take it very much at your own pace, and doing it with friends, family, loved ones, it's a right laugh in the process. All right, I'm gonna head back to the campsite, probably get a coffee or a Coke on the way there and chill out for a bit. And one thing to mention, as you saw in the footage, the course is now comfortably churned up. It has become somewhat of a mud fest resembling a cross-country course, and one thing that I'm very pleased with is that I did wear trail shoes today. Bought my road shoes with me just in case I wanted to have a switcheroo, but I don't think that's going to be necessary at this point, guys. I have seen a few people actually wearing road shoes and that looks to be like a right slippery job, so it's quite unfortunate for them, but anything can happen in these events, especially when you've got the unpredictable weather that we have here in Great Britain. Alright guys, here we go, off on the indoor 24 train once more for lap number 4. I have no idea what happened, so basically I decided to go to bed for about an hour. You know, I was pretty tired, not gonna lie. I think I was a bit knackered with a bit of residual fatigue from my 50k last week when I did the Three Castles 50k, and basically I woke up about 2.5 hours later, slept through both of my alarms, and my brother's done 2 laps on the trot, so I don't know what happened there. I don't know if he ran another lap just because I was late to the starting line to the exchange, or if he just fancied doing another lap, because why not? So I'll get the lowdown later on, but I guess that's a bit of a learning curve for me. You know, I was feeling pretty knackered earlier on, having only done 3 laps. It's not, you know, a massive amount in the grand scheme of things. 15 miles, this right now is miles 15 to 20 for me. Whatever the case, I'm running and I'm about to go for my next lap. All right, let's get after it. Here we go. Alright guys, so it's 3:20 AM and I'm currently in the food tent, and I've just gone for this random mismatched bonanza of bits and bobs. I've got a bit of everything. I mean, at the end of the day, look at that, you can't go wrong with that. Why dine at the Ritz? We can just have some of this. Yeah, just gonna do the job. I decided earlier that the baked beans and sausages in a tin weren't really gonna cut it, which were pretty freezing cold, so I thought I might as well treat myself to something actually substantial. That was a really decent lap. I actually really enjoyed that, and interestingly, I found that a lot easier underfoot compared to my lap earlier on. Field is a lot smaller now. I think a lot of people are just chilling in their tents and you know, taking time to relax, given that it's the night time. You know, typically tends to be a little bit harder underfoot. You know, obviously you haven't got the light to rely on, but no, I really enjoyed it. So I'm just gonna have my feast fit for a king here, chill out for a bit, and I'll do my next lap in an hour or so when it's my turn to get back into the saddle. So yeah, enjoying it guys. All right. Alright guys, it's 6:15 AM and I am back in the frying pan, or should I say the mud bath, for my 5th lap of Endure 24. I had another hour's sleep just to get a little bit more recharged and I'm feeling pretty refreshed at the moment. The sun's come out, it's actually quite a nice day this morning, and it's just a little bit chilly coming out of the starting gate, but it's going to warm up pretty rapidly as I get going. I feel like this is probably going to be my slowest lap. My meal from earlier on has taken quite a while to go down, so I'm feeling pretty sluggish at the moment. But yeah, I'm buzzing to give this another bash. I've had a really fantastic time so far. It's a really fun event to be a part of. Yeah, and I'm just gonna get my head down and put the next lap in. All right, let's get cracking. Good luck.
Thank you.
See you later. Alright guys, that was my 5th lap. That was definitely the hardest in terms of feeling and sensation, though I had an absolute blast again. It was really fun. Interestingly, the mud just isn't a problem anymore for me. I don't know if it's because it's been compacted by so many people running on it, or maybe the sun has literally dried it out that quickly. I've got no idea, but earlier on it was literally slip central. It was just so difficult to get grip. I have actually found this event quite tiring. I only got 5 hours sleep the night before we actually got here yesterday, but it's just the format, the way we've decided to do it. So obviously you run, then you wait a few hours, and then you run again when it's your turn. That's just what we decided to do as a team, and it's kind of reminded me a little bit of the David Goggins 4:4:48 challenge, which I actually did, and that is the first video I actually published on this channel, so pretty cringe for me to go back and watch that. But if you fancy a laugh at my expense, go and check it out if you so please. Yeah, it's just the waiting around, you know. You can relax, but you can't fully relax, you know. You've got to get up and go at some point. I wonder if, to be honest, I would actually prefer just running straight through, just in terms of like mental effort and not needing to have that start up energy that you need every time you restart running after a big break. I've got no idea, but I've had a blast so far. That's the main thing. And another thing adding to the fatigue is that because we got here at about 11 o'clock, 1 hour roughly before the race kicked off, we found a camping spot very far away from the start, and I'll roughly say every journey to and from the start is about 0.5 miles, so that's just adding to the fatigue. And as a result, I've been eating like a horse. I've slept a decent amount, so much so that I actually missed one of my laps and I overslept, and my brother did it for me on top of his lap that he did, so fair play to him. What an absolute beast. Thank you very much, Jack. All right, I'm on my way back to the camp. Gonna get some drinks because I'm really thirsty right now, and I'm just gonna chillax before what will probably be my final lap. I tell you what guys, doing all these laps is thirsty work, and it makes me want to indulge in a rare treat, drinking some fizzy drinks, and I've just got a Tango. Let's give it a go. Bruh. Wow. This Tango is big.
This Tango is big.
We're big. Oh my word. They're not going to break, are they?
No, it really...
Covered in mud and like...
Alright, we're about to walk down to the finish line. We've just put all the tents down, and we're now about to enter the first Jack's shoe throwing competition. Alright, we've got Charlotte and Emma, each with a shoe each. Who's going to throw it furthest? Jack's currently over there looking a bit annoyed about this, but he's loving it really. Alright, Charlotte to throw first. Oh my word. Alright, Emma. Well, it's a clear winner. Charlotte absolutely smashed it. the team, the hot cross runs. We did 34 laps in the end. It's been an absolute blast of a weekend. Here they are. All right, let's do it.
We've got the hot cross runs.
There you have it, Endure 24 Reading 2025. What an absolute blast of a race, and I genuinely loved every single second. Performance-wise, our team Hot Cross Runs clocked up 34 laps, and we finished in 33rd place out of 1,142 participants. Overall, this was an absolute blast of an experience, and I'm really grateful to have taken part. It was well organised, well resourced, the event village was cool, the camping was awesome, and the atmosphere and banter was simply next level. If you're looking for an exciting challenge and a fun way to connect with friends, family and loved ones, or even meet like-minded runners, I'd highly recommend Endure 24 Reading. Thanks very much for watching. I've been Craig, this is Running Cafe, and I'll see you again in the next one.